All right, folks, so in today's video, we're going to take a look at measuring voltage a couple of different ways with a couple of different meters. If that sounds like something that you're into, go ahead and stay tuned and check it out. PCBWay is having its annual 2022 Christmas sale, where you can get deals and discounts on a variety of products and services. Head over to PCBWay.com and see what it's all about. You'll be able to get coupons for various goods and services. You'll be able to get started with PCB orders for your project or save money on 3D printing and CNC machining. You will even be able to participate in PCBWay.com's Christmas project event. Deadline for submission is December 31st, 2022. Okay, so what I've done for this video is I grabbed a couple of different kinds of multimeters. I'll have links for these two below because I like these meters and I would buy them again. This is another meter that's okay, but I wouldn't buy it again if given the opportunity or needed a multimeter. This is one I picked up a few years ago, actually more than 10 years ago. And I've used it off and on, but it's just not the best meter. But for today's purposes, we're going to talk a little bit about it. This is what you would call a manual meter. And so when you take a look at it, you have this dial that you have to adjust for the different types of measurements that you want to make. And what I wanted to point out here is that we have a battery setting down here. And that's where you would go if you were going to measure a battery. Now you have different you have different values down here, like 1.5 if you're measuring a small battery like a AAA, 9 volt if you're measuring a 9 volt battery, or 12 volt if you're measuring something a little bit larger. Now, when you take a look over here, you have different ranges for other types of voltage. And you can toggle up here between AC and DC. You have a millivolt range of 200 millivolts, 2 volts, 20, 200, and 600. And you would toggle between those depending upon what you were measuring. Nice meter, but it's a little bit of a hassle. And I just wouldn't buy that one again, as I mentioned. But you may have one, or you may have access to one. So that's why we're going to cover it. Now, this is an auto-ranging multimeter, which means that you don't have to go through the different values or settings here. So let's take a look at this one. When you take a look at this meter, you can turn straight to voltage. And you can see it comes up ready to measure voltage in DC. And because it's auto-ranging, when you start measuring your voltage, this decimal point will move depending upon what you're measuring. For example, if we were measuring a 9 volt battery, it would move over between the first two digits. You would get your 9 here, and then you would get something else here. Now, if you're measuring like your mains power, the range would stay right where it is and show you 110, 115, 120, depending upon what the reading was. You can manually change the ranges here by clicking this range button and pick your own if that's something that you choose to do. Also, if you want to switch between the other things that are being measured here, I would hit this button, and now you can see it's set to measure AC current, not DC current. AC current is what comes out of the wall socket. DC current is what comes out of a battery in a simplistic way. When I hit this again, you can see now up here we have hertz, and that means that we can measure the frequency of our AC current. And I can hit it again, and I get a percentage sign, which means I can measure the duty cycle of the AC current. Now, this is probably the best meter of the bunch. And this is the KaiWheats KM601. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Now this is a fully automatic meter. And you can see what it's doing here is it's jumping between voltage, resistance, and continuity trying to find what it wants to measure. Once you measure that, you can use some of these buttons down here to change things like the range should you decide to do that. Also, I can go through other functions. For example, if I wanted to measure in millivolts, I would go here and then I get a millivolt rating here in DC current. If I wanted to do millivolts in AC current, I would hit this button one more time, the select button. Same thing when I go over here to measure hertz, or frequency, and duty cycle. So this is actually a pretty fantastic meter. All right, well, let's get to measuring and see how that goes. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the manual meter, and we're going to measure these batteries. And I just have a AAA, AA, and a 9 volt battery. I'm not sure what the rating is going to be on these batteries because they are used, and I leave them on my desk in a bucket. And whenever I need one, I yank it out and I put it in the device that I'm going to operate. So let's go down to the battery setting down here. And we're going to start at the 1.5 volt setting. Let me hold that up so you can see it. So we're battery 1.5 volts. And what I want to do is I want to take my probes, these are the probes for the meter, and I just want to go ahead and I want to attach them to the battery, and then we should get a reading. And then you can see we are at 1.587 volts, which is what we would expect of a battery like this. Now, if you get it backwards, I don't think I would worry too much, because what you're going to see is negative 1.587. And you can just switch your probes around and go ahead and you get your measurements. Now, we do the AAA battery the exact same way, and then there's the reading for that. Now, if we were going to measure this 9-volt battery, we would move over to the 9-volt scale, and then we would do the same thing where we would just place our probes on the terminals. And when you're messing around with some high voltage, you want to make sure that you don't touch anything. Like, you don't want your finger going across this. You don't want to be touching the probes or anything like that. So we just go ahead and we put that on. Now, this battery has seen better days, and it's registering at 7.3 volts. But that's how you would measure it with this particular meter. Let's take a look at another meter and see how that goes. Okay, here we have the Aneng AN8008 meter. And I really like this meter because it's nice and it's small and it's compact on my desk, and it doesn't really cause me any grief. Now, what you can see is that we are set to the voltage setting, and it's set to read DC voltage. So let's go ahead and test our battery and see what we get. And we have 7.331. And you can see that it auto-ranged for us, and it made that measurement without any. Okay, so now what we're going to measure is AC current, and we're going to use the KaiWheats KM601. And so what I have here is a plug that is plugged into an electrical outlet. Typically, you would plug this into like a power supply or some sort of device. But what we're going to do is we're just going to come over here and carefully, we want to make sure that we're not touching our probe tips, that we're being very cautious. And we want to make sure that we're using meters that are rated to handle the voltage that we're going to measure. And we want to make safety a primary concern because this is a little bit hazardous. So anyhow, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to plug the positive lead in, and then I'm going to plug the negative lead in. And then we are going to see that our meter has auto-detected. We are at 119.1 volts, which is pretty nice. So what I want to do now is I'm actually going to cycle through so we can get the hertz. And then you can see I'm in North America. Our AC runs at 60 hertz, and that's being measured correctly right there. Also, you can see here we are at a duty cycle of around 50%. And that's what you would expect in a measurement like this. Now, I want to do one more measurement, so stay tuned and let's check that out. I'm going to unplug these, and again, I'm going to be very careful when I do this because I don't want anything to, cause an arc or a spark or anything like that. So what we have here is a AC to DC transformer, and you use these to power a lot of devices. This one comes from a battery charger, for example. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to plug this in. I can't plug it into this. I got to plug it into an extension cord. So let me go ahead and do that, see if I can unplug this thing. And we're going to plug it into this extension cord. So there you go. And now I'm going to be measuring DC current. And this is where a meter like the KaiWheats is super duper handy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one end of the probe and I'm going to put it in for the center conductor. And then I'm going to take the other end of the probe and I'm going to put it on the outside. And what I need to do is I need to go back to my auto functions, which is right here. And then when I go ahead and I touch this, you can see the meter switch from AC to DC, and it's showing us that this is 12.28 volts. Fantastic. I can also determine the polarity of my socket, because what I did is I put the positive in the center, so that tells me the center is the positive. If I go ahead and I hook it up backwards, sometimes these things are backwards, you'll see the meter show a negative reading. Anyhow, I think that's going to wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for watching. If you have questions, comments, suggestions, or recommendations, go ahead and post them below, and I'll do my best to respond. Thanks, everybody.